Hello and welcome to Flory Models Kit View Time. Today we've got Airfix's latest release. This is the 1/48 scale Avro Anson Mark 1. Again, a quirky looking plane, let's face it, at the end of the day. But again, something that's definitely should be made. It's one of those kits, it's sort of a pioneer aircraft. I think it was the first RAF aircraft with retractable undercarriage and things like that. So it's got quite a distinctive history as well. So as you can see down on the box, gorgeous box art as we've seen many times obviously by Airfix right the way through. Usual thing on the box, we've got some of the details just down in here. So kit number for this one is A09191, and again we've got some various ones down in here in different markings. So again we've got the standard one, obviously, which is off the box art, which we do have to mention, as obviously he shot down two BF-109s out of 3 that attacked it. So I bet they were surprised to get a bit of fire coming back at them. And again, we've got a very nice one down in here, Coastal Command, and we've got another one for a reconnaissance aircraft as well. So again, different versions, as you can see just down in there. Inside the box, which we will have to cut into because we haven't been in here yet, we are greeted by a huge lot of parts down in here. So again, we've got the clear bag, very nicely done, nicely protected. And then we've got some of the other bits, as you can see, just down in here. So we've got a couple of sprues in each, which is nice. And then obviously you've got some very nice detail. I'm actually seeing some stuff through the panels here. And to be honest with you, I know very little about this aircraft or this kit. I haven't actually done my homework on this one. So down in here we are greeted by the old instructions as always. So we've got a nice decal sheet. We've got a pull out as well, obviously for the colours and camos, which we'll look at in a second. Alright, so straight off the bat, going straight into the old instructions. We're making up the floor, the seats, the various internal interior sections as well. Got a wing spar running through as well, which is a nice touch. So we've got all of those being fitted down in there. Nice old wing spar going in there as well, which is pretty straightforward. And again, really nice to get these angles showing you the actual alignment of how it should be. So basically it's 90 degrees all the way through, which is nice. Internals, again, this is one of those aircraft, it's very much old school. So you've got a lot of internal framing making up the actual superstructure, if you like. So again, all the details being added down in here. Lovely touch with a little light as well. So we've got a little map light down in here, and we've got obviously a little, would be, I suppose, one of the books for the aircraft as well. There's a little decal to be put down in. And again, all the various things showing you really nice and clearly how the alignment all sort of runs with this one. So again, very nicely thought out with the instructions and the designers. And again, very nice touch with all of these details being put right the way through. So you have going to see quite a lot through the clear parts. So it's going to be actually quite a nice to go right the way through with all of these. And again, right the way through. So we've got the sides going on, building up all the fuselage sections right the way. And again, nice little touches down in here, showing about that wing spar, how you need it to be lying absolutely flush down in here against it as well, just to make sure they're all in perfectly, really helping out your alignment as you're making your way with the build. Got the top part being fitted down onto this one as well, and then obviously the bottom being fitted into this one. Tailplanes being fitted, looks like they're one piece, and it looks like they are posable, which is again another nice touch with this one. And again, tails being fitted down here at the back. And then more of the details, so we've actually got the engine mounting areas, obviously going in for the gear as well. So obviously those being fitted right the way through. Then obviously you can see this one with the firewall here on the engine mount as well being fitted. And then obviously main wings being fitted to the spars as an on top instead of a slide through. So again, nice touch with that particular one. And then engine cowlings being fitted down onto this one. And again, really nice that we've actually got some details down in here of the engines. The ailerons as well, they're separate, so they'll be posable as well. And some beautifully nice detail work down in here on the engines, as you can see. So you can detail those up to your heart's content. And then again, those being fitted down onto this one. Again, no glue, so it's a posable rudder on this one. Then it's a bit about the glazing and getting all this to go in. And I think this will be the make or break with this particular kit. If you can get this in with hardly any glue, because it's that good a fit, that will make a massive difference. But I think when people start turning in there with the glue and gluey marks and things like that, because it's a little bit of a fit problem, then obviously that can bite. But hopefully it is going to be a really nice fit. You can see down in here on mile 87 the difference between the sort of chiseled front windscreen and the more sloped one as well. So there is differences in this one as well between the different versions. And then again, you can see clear parts and then the nose section being fitted down into here as well. Gear, so obviously you've got it in this sort of weirdly, the way it works, you've got this big old system down here at the back as well, holding on this gear, so that'll make it nice and strong. So that's being fitted. Tail wheel, and then obviously we've got pitos and aerials and various things and antennas being fitted right the way over the front of this one as well. And then last up, we've got the props being fitted onto the front one as well. These little spinners at the front being fitted, and then that top turret. And again, a little bit of glazing work for this one. Probably going to be an idea to get yourself a mast set, save yourself a lot of hassle for the money, and you can go through the motions of doing all of that. That looks really very, very nice indeed. So we've actually got then the colour call-outs and markings. So there we go. We've got a really nice one down in here for the one on the actual kit itself. Again, so this is Philip Peters, Sergeant, and Sergeant D. Spencer. And again, amazingly, they managed to shoot down 2. The weird thing about this aircraft is that it actually has got a gun. It's got a fixed forward-facing gun as well as the turret on the top. So definitely got a few surprises with this little guy. And again, very, very nice in the actual sort of normal standard 1940s camo. Or if you want something a little bit different, we've got down in here from Queensland with the Australian markings as well in the sort of coastal command colours as well, which I absolutely love. I do love the white. I think that looks absolutely fantastic as well. And if you want something a little bit more colourful, you are offered up. Obviously this one as well with the actual sort of real bright, vibrant yellow as underneath this one as well. Obviously being a reconnaissance and general sort of trainer, I would have thought, for the reconnaissance school. So just being a little easier spot. So if you want something really, really nice, something a little bit colourful, then that's definitely the one for you as well. Down in the back here as well, we've got various, obviously for the rigging, well, it's not really rigging, it's just the antennas and things, a little bit of rigging down here at the back. And again, we've got sort of cable pulls on this one as well, and pushes. So again, nice little one down in there for a rigging diorama to make sure you're on the right track with it all. Next up, we got the decals, which, let's face it, Airfix's decals have come along leaps and bounds over the last few years. And again, these don't disappoint. Really nice, good, solid printing. Nice colour all the way through with all of these. As you can see, very, very nice indeed with those. So that's a really nice touch. Okay, so down in the bags, I think what we'll do is start with this one here. Now, a lot has been said about me talking about bags, and I'm not eco-friendly. My point is, when you've paid a lot of money for a kit, what you don't want is a load of sprue rub and problems with the actual parts rubbing together. What's nice about this, though, as you can see, the sprues are back-to-back down in here, which means it's going to protect the actual this business going on. But having just even 2 sprues in a bag, I think is absolutely great. But I am aware of some people out there saying about me trying to kill the planet. You are building with something made of oil, I'm just saying. You know, you could always go down for wood, bit of whittling. But anyway, I digress. So, really very nice. What I love about this is that it's got stress skin right the way over it. That is just abundantly coming right the way through. Just off the bat of looking at this, you can probably see it's got real nice definition in the kit. Also, what I'm very impressed with, and I may be wrong, is that the plastic is a lot sharper and crisper than we've been used to. So I don't know if this one is actually made in the UK and isn't coming out of India, but it wouldn't surprise me because it looks absolutely crisp. And the crispness you can see down in here with these, I think that's where it's paying off, because this sprue is absolutely pin sharp. It's very, very crisp. And I think that's something we've been lacking with Airfix over the last ever. So again, that's really, really nice. So let's have a closer look. Let's start down in here at this framework. That is absolutely gorgeous. Beautifully done. Very, very nice. Very cleverly done. We've got that cockpit floor system. And then say the various things down in there. And then again, if we pop up here to that sort of fuselage, you can see we've got, you know, a little bit of metal work down here at the front, and it's beautifully done. It's got gorgeous riveting all the way through. So that's actually very, very nice. I love that. That's very nice indeed. But at the same time, you've got the sort of fabrics running over the formers and the runners and everything, and that's just absolutely showing through. It's very, very tactile. Down here at the bottom as well, the way that it's actually been recreated, I think it's absolutely stunning. And again, up here for the turret. So that's very, very nice indeed. And again, you can probably see, or hopefully you'll be able to see and catch it. It is so subtle. It's what's really, really nice about this kit. It's very, very subtle, but it's got that stretched linen effect, or sort of dope linen effect. Works beautifully down in here. But you've also got the riveting is in here as well. It's not like we've got one or other. We do have both. And attention to detail down in here. The little details just on this absolutely pop all the way through. And again, same thing again. Admittedly, we've got a lot of ejector pins down in here, but it's quite complex probably to get this out of the mold. So you have got a little bit of cleanup to do. But to be honest, you can get in between all of those. That's not really a problem. And again, we've got all the framework and the runners and things. So apart from perhaps a little bit heavy on the old ejector pins, actually that's all looking very, very nice indeed. The complexity of the kit, I'll let it have a load of ejector pins because I think it needs it to get it in and out. Again, this is just a thing of beauty to look at. You know, you just catch it in the light, as you can see, it's just shining over it on the camera. It just looks absolutely gorgeous. In fact, that's some of the, probably, I think, the skinning effect on the wings here. It's not like canning and stressed skin. It's because obviously it's fabric. But it just looks absolutely gorgeous. Very, very nice indeed. Incredibly well done. But the way this matches up with other areas on here, so you can see this wing. We've obviously got the top half here, and it's all sort of relaxed and it's down and in. And then obviously you've got some of the metal areas. It's just gorgeous to see it. And then down in here where we've got obviously some of the formers and the runners, you can see how it's pushing against the actual skin. It is absolutely beautifully done. Again, it's very, very... It's a step up. I have to say, Airfix, you've definitely done it again. You're getting better. Every single kit release is just that little something in there. And with every time we get there, it's just something new pops in. Again, just look at all that detail. Doesn't it look amazing? And again, down in here, these engines are crisp, they're sharp. You've actually got the little latch points and everything else like that. Beautifully, beautifully done. Nothing really going on the inside because we don't see any insides of the wings and the various things like that. But as you can see, very, very nice indeed. Okay, so what have we got there? Let's have a look around some of the busier areas. Again, back to back, really nice indeed. So straight off down in here, lots and lots of detail to talk about down in here. So again, very, very nice, very clean, very crisp, very sharp. So if we start, I think up here, we'll just work our way around. So you can see some of those seats, all this interior detail down in here. And again, we've got the radio equipment there, looking very nice indeed. We've got the throttles and the various levers. Instrument panel just down in here. Sides. Again, beautifully done. And again, having spruce C with the cutout just makes it easier to find. And again, very, very nice indeed with all of that one. Again, I can't see any short shots or mismolds or anything else like that. And to be honest, the only one bit of flash I've seen is this bit here, just here, which is minutely thin. I will clear it away. But really, really nice. Okay, so down in here, we've got the tailplane wings. I think we've got some of the engine mounts, the various things, the tyres. And again, is that weighted wheels? It does look like it's got some weighted wheels as well. So again, we start at the top here. We've got the rudder. Again, that stressed skin effect, looking very, very nice, or the linen effect. Beautifully done. We've got those engines. We've got the gear. You've got the tail wheel there. We've got the various sections for the top turret. This gear. And again, these are weighted wheels, so it has got a very small amount of weight on wheels, which is really nice as well. I think these are engine mounts up here at the front. We've got a gun. Again, really very, very nice all the way through. Very sharp. Okay, so last up we've got the engines, and again, quite a highlight for this one because you've got some beautifully detailed engines. I assume this is just going to be a match pair, so I won't bore you to death by doing both. And again, this is sprue E. So you see you've got those lumps at the top, which are very nicely done as well. So we've got the gear, we've got a certain amount of veining. It's very faint, but it is down in here as well. So maybe a little bit of aluminium work and then a wash just to dirty it all down and everything will come up absolutely fine. again, we've got the front cowlings, we've got all the various engine parts, we've got the props. And again, very, very nice indeed. Some beautiful details down in there. Okay, last up, we've got the clear parts. So again, as we said before, it makes or breaks something like this. And absolutely, that's lovely. That's really very, very nice indeed. I'll put my hand under it so you can just see how clear and sharp those clear parts actually are. And to be honest with you, they are thin. They are very, very thin. So again, working around. So this is your different front canopies, depending on which one you're going to do. So you've got your slanted one or your more sort of chiseled one down here at the front. And to be honest, I quite like the chiseled one. I think that looks pretty more bit cooler than the more aerodynamic. We've got the actual turret itself. And again, the great thing about all of this, which you can probably see just through the clarity, one, this is all uber clear. Probably the clearest I think I've seen Airfix has ever done. But also, it's got a really nice sharp edge to it as well, which means if you are placing your mast sets and something, you've got something just to butt up a bit and then push down. And it just helps things sort of align a little bit easier. And again, we've got the nose section down in here, but these clear parts on the side, let's face it, you need a mast set. If you don't do a mast set, you're a martyr. But again, beautifully, beautifully crisp, very, very sharp. Again, hope would be that that fits beautifully with no glue. If it's one of those which literally clicks in place, it would be great, because that's the trouble. If you're going to overhandle this, gluey fingerprint, something else happens, it can be an absolute nightmare. But those clear parts, I must admit, are probably the cleanest and sharpish I think I've seen. In fact, if you was to hand me this particular sprue and turn around and say, who do you think that is? I would struggle, because that's very, very nice. That's better than I think I've ever seen Airfix produce clear parts ever. So yeah, again, exciting times, because things are just getting better and better and better. Can you tell I'm excited? This is one of those weird kits. When it came out, you know, and things like that, and it was released, and I got sent the blurb on it and all the rest of it, I'm thinking, it doesn't interest me at all. You know, it's just not my type of thing. I like light bombers and medium bombers, even heavy bombers, but I don't know, the Anson really just slipped under the radar. Now I've seen the kit and fondled the plastic, I want to build it tomorrow, because it is literally that type of kit. It's just aching to be sort of got at and done. And again, you can do so much with this kit, or build it straight out of the box, which is the wonderful thing about it. If you wanted to, you could detail up all the inside, you could detail up the engines, a little bit of wiring. You're going to see it all if you're going to open it all up. Or you can do it straightforward, covered up, and away you go, just like that. So again, I have to say, beautiful. And it's really nice to see a company progressing. Like I said before, other companies, Tamiya, they seem to have stopped and playing safe. But again, this one is one of those kits. It's got really, really nice details. The clear parts are amazing. And again, you can see that natural progression of getting better, new tooling, new ideas, new people obviously in the company, things like that. It's paying off for Airfix in absolute dividends. Anyway, there we go. That's Airfix's 1/48 scale Avro Anson Mark 1.